Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about a new release. Actually I don't even know where the hell I put it. Now I remember. Well, it actually isn't an RC, but it is RC related. Some of you may have seen this advert popping up on social media. What it appears to show is a app similar to Strava. For some of you who don't know what Strava is, it's a health and fitness app which tracks your miles for running, walking, cycling, etc. Personally, I use it for my other job to track how many miles I walk during the week. Anyways, we're gonna do a review on this app, completely blind. All I've done is set up an account with them. I have entered my CC01 Pajero into the garage, and that is it. Oh, I also forgot to mention, this video is not sponsored by them in any way, shape or form, nor do I have any affiliate. I just felt like reviewing it to see how it is. So, let's go. So, let's get to it. I'm not 100% sure if my camera will be able to focus on my phone screen. So I have some screen recording software now installed, and I'm probably going to add it over here in post-production. So let's get that started and give it a second. Let's get the app open. So I'm going into this completely blind. Like I said, all I've done is set up an account with them and added the Pajero into the virtual garage. So, looking at it, it is looking like it is some form of social media app as well. I want to say similar to like a version of Instagram cross Facebook. Because as you can see on the screen right now, like there's someone's WPL Land Cruiser. So when I say it's got like a similar cross between Facebook and Instagram, this is sort of like similar Facebook layout. There's a like button, or aka, it looks like fist bumps. That's what I want to say. But it's got like that Facebook, I don't know. I don't know what it's trying to copy on this one. Because there's also like a little bit of Twitter as well, because there's like for you and following. So that is one of the people we go out crawling with that I've added, or that I have decided to follow. And then you've also got it, or you've also got down at the bottom, you've got like challenges, record, vehicles and profile. Let's have a little look into challenges first of all. Take a minute to load. There's one challenge available, miles for, I want to say Mish from Mikkel, or I don't know. If you have a little look at it, it looks like some sort of miles for fundraising or something like that, which is quite a neat idea. The record setting. Actually, I don't want to dox my location right now, so I'll have a look. I'll have a little look at the record setting later on, because, well, we're currently in my house and I don't want anyone to know where the hell that is. Moving on to vehicles. Like I said, I put my CC01 Pajero in it, and if you have a little look into it, it tells you how many miles you've walked, or in this case kilometers, how many kilometers you've walked, your run time, vehicle feed, so I'm assuming that's just like any activities you've done with it, challenges, I'm assuming that's the same as like what we just saw for the thing with Michael or Michelle. Vehicle information, to me, manufacturer Tamiya CC01, I added it a couple of days ago. Wheel size, independent suspension. So there is some spec data involved in it. And if you view profile, so there was me. Like I said, it's some form of. It's like some form of social media account, because when I added the Pajero, it's added it onto like the news feed list. Oh, it also just casually tracks how many calories, how many steps you've done. I think if I remember correctly, when looking through the setup, I'm gonna have to blur that. It asks you for your height, your weight, date of birth, country, location roughly, and a profile picture, so it's not too intrusive. Oh, there is a way to change unit of measurements, notifications, hide my map. Okay, so there is a way of doing it privately if you don't want it put out to everyone else who's using the app. You know what? Let's add a car. So let's add my WPL Cross HPI Monster Jimny to it and see what happens. One thing I have noticed, they seem to really have a hard-on for boom racing BRX vehicles, because there is literally a slider for it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the vehicles in the advert were on boom racing BRX chassis. So I don't know if they're sponsored or partnership with it due to the... well, I don't know if they're getting funding from boom racing, or if it's just due to the scale nature of that chassis. So, anyways, let's get back to adding the Monster Jimny. Manufacturer, so technically it's HPI / WP. I hate this phone sometimes. Vehicle model Wheelie King. So you can add a description, but to be honest, I can't be bothered. Everyone can see. Continue. Wheel size, well, it really changes because it's on 2.2s, but I also run it on 1.9s. So I'm just going to go stock with 2.2. Suspension setup. Technically linked. Wheelbase, I'm not 100% sure. Straight axle. Tire size, I'm not sure, so I'm going to leave that one blank. Save. And it's added it to the garage. Another question I have is, can you share it to social media? Or another app I kind of use RC related is RC Maps, and you can copy and paste a link into a YouTube description with like a pinpoint of where you're going to go walk, or where a trail is, or where a rocky spot is. So my question is, can I share it? And you can also just copy link, and I'm assuming you can just add that into a YouTube description, so you could use it alongside RC Maps, so you could pinpoint where the car park is and then use this to map out the trail you're going on. But I'm pretty sure RC Maps has a similar feature if you're doing trails. I'm not 100% sure. But that brings into another issue I kind of see with the app itself, is I did see in the settings, I think it was in the profile, yeah, settings up at the top, I think there's a 30 seconds auto pause. So that would be kind of helpful, because the only thing I see an issue being with it is I tend to go out a lot by myself. So a lot of the times I'm just walking. Don't really stop, only really to change a battery or fix something. But say if you're going out with a larger group of people, you tend to have people just stopping to change batteries, fixing stuff. Or another one is you come across a location where you all end up stopping, all take turns at going over an obstacle. Which kind of brings me on to another talking point I wrote down, which I think I will add at the end. Because, to be honest, it is a new app. I don't know if they're going to implement anything else to it. So another thing I noticed while looking through the ad on Facebook, in the challenge section, it says trophies. So I'm assuming the trophies get added into your profile. But another one I've noticed is it also seems to do trophies for events. So within the advert, there is a trophy for UK Scale Nationals. So I want to kind of know how the hell you do that, if it is just location based, if you show up on that, if you're within that area. If you're within that area, within the dates, do you get the trophy? I don't know. Anyways, enough chit chat, because I am starting to ramble, because this bit is not scripted. I am just going completely off the top of my head. Let's get a truck out to run. Let's go. So we've now got it paused on the app, and I'm going to hit the finish button. So it brings you up this nice little menu where you can crop your activity. I'm pretty sure it is just a reskinned version of Strada, because I'm pretty sure Mapbox is the same company Strava uses. So it gives you your mileage, how long, your average pace, your runtime, elevation gain, the highest point you reach. Doesn't say steps or calories for me, but I'm assuming that's because I haven't added my height or weight. It gives you an option to add up to 10 photos, so I'm gonna add a couple of the photos I took. I don't see there's an option to add video, but yeah, similar to Strava, it gives you the option to add a name for it, or just a default Wednesday afternoon trail run. Add notes. Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm going to post that, and we will go back to the studio and talk a little bit more about it, how I personally think they can improve on it, and somewhat. Let's go. And we are back in the studio. So I've got to say, I like the app, I like the concept idea. There is a few things I would like to see improved or actually added to it. One of them is something kind of simple. Say you're going out trailing, sometimes you bring a spare rig along with you. I like the option to be able to pick 2 trucks out of your garage or 3 trucks out of your garage, because, well, I've gone out sometimes and say I take the Pajero, but I know we're gonna, halfway along a trail, we're gonna hit some real technical stuff which the Pajero's not gonna be able to do, so I take my comp crawler. So I like the option to actually be able to add multiple trucks to the list of ones you're taking out. Something else I would like, very simple, something in your notification bar to show that it's running. Because I shut down the app to open Messenger, to reply to someone's message, went to go flick down on the top bar, nothing shows that it's running there in the background. So if you're like me, where because of the K trucks in kilometers, I use a Speedo app on my phone, have the exact same issue. I'll sometimes forget it's left on and just shut the app completely, and it will be running there in the background and drains my phone. So I would like some notification, or like a fixed notification, to say that it's running in the background. Another thing I would like to see added, I know, looking at some of the profiles of the people who tested it, you've got trophies, but the trophies you've got are for certain events or timed things. What I would like to see is set trophies. So what I mean by this is, say you've bought a new truck, you add it into your garage, and just underneath there's set trophies, like do 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles, stuff like that. Something where it's not time-based. Something there that is just permanent, and it gives you the motivation to actually take that truck out and like get it completely 100% or whatever. Basically the gamer's mentality. Let's say you've got your PlayStation trophies and you just want to platinum the entire, or get all of the trophies. Something like that. Just to run alongside like the event trophies, etc. Another thing I would like to see them add is in the garage, I'd like them to have the option to display more trucks. I believe I saw on Facebook someone says it maxes out at 10. I'm yet to try and add the entire collection onto it, but I've already added about 5. But I'd like to see an option to add more. I'd also like to have the option to add more specs to the truck. So that Pajero I took out on the run was an original 1994, I think. But if you look at the electronics inside it, you think, oh, okay, and that's a Hobbywing AX system, ESC combo in there. But then you're running vintage radio gear, but then you're also running a vintage how on earth all of this? It would be nice to have that as an option to add like specific things. Another thing I think I came across was while I was putting my comp rig on it, there's no tick box or anything just saying it's fully custom, because the comp rig, I built it part by part from different companies, so none of it's just a standard brand. So it's not just Axial, it's not just Traxxas, it's not just that. It's like I said, it's literally just picked parts from different companies and so on. Another thing I want to see, which is kind of a push on asking, is I would like to see like a little GPS module, similar to the Sky RC GPS module, something which goes in the truck itself, something that shows telemetry data from the truck. So, say what's the maximum incline it took, what's the top speed it managed to hit, how many times it flipped over, something like that. And also some form of scale mileage conversion. So you're asking for like size of tires, etc. But one thing you're not asking for is scale. That's another thing. But I would like to be able to see the data from the truck as well, because sometimes, say you go out, like I think I said this earlier in the video, like if you go out in a big group of people and you find one specific spot where everyone's trying to get over an obstacle, sometimes the truck ends up doing more miles than you, so it would be a nice way to compare the two. So the data from the truck and the data from your phone doing how many miles you have done. That's just something I would like to see. It's just a bit nerdy, but yeah. Apart from that, I kind of enjoyed it. It is a nice way of keeping track on what you're doing, your health and fitness, etc. So, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. If the people who made this app want to hit me up and, well, want to listen to any more stupid ideas, feel free. I'll see ya.